Hello, hello, welcome. Welcome to the Video Game Valley. It's a beautiful day today, a perfect, crisp 72 degrees out. We are playing... I'm not sure, actually. We might be playing... might be playing Fez. I've been playing Fez on this stream through my Steam Deck. And when I went to start today's stream, the Steam Deck simply would not turn on. So I'm... it's currently in the process of resetting the firmware. It's doing that right now, and there's varying bits of information online as to how long that process actually takes. And we'll see if that fixes the problem. If it does, we'll be playing more Fez today. And if it doesn't, we'll be playing Mario on the NES. I'll just boot up some Mario on the Nintendo Entertainment System. How you all doing today? Hope you're doing okay. Hope things are going well for you out there in this weary world. Got a green tea with me, green tea with the jasmine. The Mario. The Super Mario, the one and only Mario Man, the Mario guy. You know him. He's Mario. Anyway, yeah, I saw one post that was like it takes 1 to 2 minutes to reset. And then I saw another one that was like, it takes 15 minutes. Given the wild differences between the two bits of information, I'm not sure that I trust either of them. Yeah, it's just a little light flashing, which is apparently what it does when it works. Brad, thank you for the $1.99 counter offer. How about Batman Arkham Asylum? No, not tonight. No. Great game. Batman. Oh, or Fez. Yeah, maybe Fez. It's a good game. Batman. Arkham Asylum. Rick Scott wants to abolish weekends. Is this true? You getting rid of the weekend? Yeah, it's looking like my Steam Deck is still doing its thing. I have no idea like how long this is gonna take, or if it's even gonna work, or if it's even working right now. It's 5 to 15 minutes. Yeah, I might need to change my game plan here. Had the best luck having it for sure plugged in and holding the power down. Yeah, that's the first thing that I tried. One second. I think it's been blinking too long. Yeah, I turned on the power and it's just the Steam Deck logo. I gotta try one more thing. One sec. Alright, I might have actually... figured something out. Maybe. We'll see. KJ's on it. They gave her the $5. Father and I saw The Odyssey at our local cinema. Might be Christopher Nolan's most epic and action-oriented film since The Dark Knight. I've liked a good number of Christopher Nolan films. I don't know that I've loved any of them. But I have liked them. Alright, I believe I've gotten this sorted for the moment. One second. Brad, thank you for the $1.99. Counter offer 2. How about Bug 2 on Saturn? One second. No. Genuinely have no idea what the current problem is. I can't do anything except for this. I can't do anything except for this. Marcus, thank you for the $2. Ecstatica is being re-released. Ecstatica is being re-released. Input device prevalent. No, it's the same thing on the Steam Deck itself. Using the Steam Deck's controller. Weirdly, like the Steam Deck itself. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this thing. Might be playing Mario's. Sounds like it needs to be rebooted. Well, I mean, I just reset it. Like the whole thing, the entire thing. Like it just booted for the first time. It's just booted. Marcus, thank you for the $2. Gons are passe, ellipsoids are the future. This is true. If anyone argues with you about this, send them my way. Brad, thank you for the $1.99. Final offer. Any Mario of your choice. Thank you. Any Mario of my choice. I gotta turn down this offer too. Yeah, I think we might need to play some Marios. I might be able to get this working later, but it's gonna take a while. I don't want any advice. I've looked up all the things to do. Some of them seem possible. Some of them seem impossible. All right, let's see if it's functioning now. Maybe. Let me try to get the controller advanced. Alright, we might be back. It might be working now. No thanks. I've had so many problems with the Steam Deck. Odyssey production broke. Environmental protection laws dumping plastic props into the sea. Oh yeah, they absolutely did do this. There's a lot of like big film productions that genuinely take like their impact on the area that they're filming very seriously. Like this is has become a normal thing to do. And it is buck wild to me that a theater with, I mean, like, a movie with this kind of budget just decided not to do that. Just decided not to do that. Like, this isn't even the norm anymore. Like, this isn't even like a common industry problem. This is specifically bad behavior by the filmmakers. Augustus, thank you for the $2. Alternative, we all just hang out. That'll be it. That's the one. I had a problem getting the Steam Deck to turn on last time, and it having problems again this time has me worried. Sure. Can I get to the end? No, just through this door. Illegally occupied land. Where was it filmed? Oh. Yeah. I hadn't even realized this movie. I knew there were sections that filmed in Greece, but Western Sahara. Yeah, it's a bad situation. My family came from Cyprus, which is also currently partially under occupation from Turkey. One of the main reasons a number of family members, a number of ancestors came here. That's why my great-grandmother came here. Yeah, that's definitely something that would, I'm not gonna send money over for that movie. I'm sure I'll see it at some point, probably through piracy. But, won't spend money on it. Beautiful water animations. Yeah, it is beautiful. Dang it. I figure out how I'm supposed to get up here. If anyone's looking for a good Odyssey film, The Return came out a couple of years ago. That one's pretty good. It's a beautiful door. If I seem like I'm in a kind of a down mood today. Oh, Brad, thank you for the 199. Do you like Brother Where Art Thou? Yeah, I like Brother Where Art Thou. It's an interesting adaptation. I haven't seen it in a while though. If I seem as if I'm in a down mood today, every couple of years I've I mean, how do I tell this story? When Charlie the Unicorn first took off, it was in 2006, a year after its release. It got uploaded to YouTube. Back in the like 2000s, it was pretty common for like people with YouTube channels, like not to upload their own stuff, but like your YouTube channel was often a collection of videos you had found around the internet. So people would just upload stuff they liked to their channel. It was a normal thing that people would do. And I wasn't on YouTube, but someone uploaded Charlie the Unicorn to YouTube, and it took off there. This person was named Jeff Swanson. Jeff Swanson, and still that version of Charlie the Unicorn on YouTube is the one with the most views. It's got 60-something million views. And over the years, I've attempted to look up Jeff Swanson to thank him for putting this video out there, and essentially starting my career in independent animation. Because he had a huge impact on my life, and I've just never been able to thank him. And I have tried looking him up before, but I have never actually been able to track the guy down. And I've been thinking about it again since the 20th anniversary and decided to try looking him up once more. And I found him this time. I found the guy this time, and unfortunately he passed away a few years ago. Here's the guy. Jeffrey died at 34 years old. Jeffrey Swanson. Born March 17th, 1988, in Grand Forks. Passed away in Minneapolis, Minnesota, June 7th, 2022. Just to read a little bit from his obituary here. Sorry for the kind of down note, but it's I learned about this yesterday, and it's been weighing on me. Attended Century Elementary and South Middle Schools, graduating from Red River High School in 2006. During his middle and high school years, Jeff was involved in National Honor Society, music, Spanish club, yearbook, editorial staff, theater, summer performing arts, and tennis. Hosted 2 students in the Japanese exchange program and traveled to Grand Forks' sister city in Tochigi, Japan. This began his lifelong love of travel and led to later exchange trips to Spain and Costa Rica. Let's see. Yeah, he went to St. Olaf College, his dream school. Graduated in 2010 with a bachelor's degree in political science and Spanish. Member of multiple choirs, looked forward to the annual Christmas festival program each December. Let's see. A political science major, Jeff completed internships in the office of U.S. Senator Byron Dorgan and Minneapolis office of Senator Amy Klobuchar, where he sharpened his strategic thinking skills and developed a love of public policy. Worked at the St. Olaf Office of Student Activities, where he relinquished the opportunity to work with student groups and plan events and support the development of leadership skills. Jeff's love of movies started at a young age and continued through his life. His creative writing skills were on full display as a contributor to the podcast Breakfast All Day and through his frequently published movie reviews. Jeff was a walking encyclopedia of movie trivia, with a particular love of Alfred Hitchcock and James Bond movies. Combining his passion for social justice and the cinema, he held an annual Oscar poll where friends and family would predict Academy Award winners in each category and select a charity to support. The pool was then donated to the charity selected by the person with the most correct predictions. Family was valued by Jeff, and he eagerly looked forward to trips to the North Shore of Lake Superior, which became a gathering place for the family. Jeff always lent his legendary cooking skills to family celebrations, often using every pan in the kitchen if it meant achieving the flavor he wanted, and eagerly shared the latest in recipes and cooking techniques. He enjoyed inviting friends to his apartment to share meals, debate the latest political issues, and watch movies. Close friends would revel in his cookie bars, asking for them for all kinds of occasions. His love of food extended to his involvement in the Lowry Hill East Neighborhood Association and the Food Share program for persons experiencing food insecurity. He will be remembered by his cousins and aunts as a great conservationist, always interested in others, learning about family history and sharing current events. He was appreciated by friends and family for his creativity, intelligence, and ability to connect with others, had a sharp sense of humor, prolific writing skills, and innate ability to fix anything on a computer or device. So, rest in peace. Never got to talk to him. Never got to say thank you for, in 2006, just randomly uploading my cartoon to your YouTube account and thereby launching my entire career. Wish I had been able to track you down while you were still with us. didn't realize what you were reading. Yeah, but Alphazar, thank you for the $2. Should make a vid. Probably at some point. Gotta actually collect my thoughts on it. There's also, like, I don't know. He never reached out to me or anything. Like, I kind of imagine that if he wanted to, he would have. I don't necessarily want to, like... I don't know. Guy had his own life. Not necessarily the right move to make his memory about something he uploaded to YouTube when he was 17 or 18. You know what I mean? What the heck? What in the world? Anyway, 34 years old. Way too young. I wasn't done with the last place. No idea what that sign means. I gotta get the key. Oh, there's a treasure chest here somewhere. The dang treasure chest. Right. No. This area's not that big. Where could this possibly be? Probably has something to do with this. And that sign. I don't think they would just put a sign there for no reason, so. The sign is probably a big part of it. Big part of the mystery. just realized my microphone was muted. I have no idea how long that was muted, but that's okay. I've been talking this whole time. What a day. It's been a bit. Yeah, I'm just very contemplative right now. Or just quietly enjoy the game. No. What did we miss? You missed just me talking about my thoughts on this puzzle. So, nothing important. I just remember being curious about this sign. Yeah. The sign's like... It's only 2 letters, so that wouldn't be too hard to translate, but I don't actually think that's gonna... help me right now. So many doors. So many beautiful doors. I guess we should start going in some of these doors. My God, more door. There's another door up there. Oh. There's another cube. Yeah, I know it's a pip. I got it, thank you. Well, I got it pivoted. Incredible. Sister's birthday, giving her a copy of I Who Have Never Known Men. Still think about that book. Great book. Love that book. Hope your sister likes it. Likes is always a weird word to use for a book like that. No. Yeah, look at that bird. I think I have a key. No. Stop spinning. Stop it. So much death all the time. Someone should invent a cure for death. There's that one guy who injects his son's blood. He's trying. he's trying. See how that guy does. That blood disease didn't he? Yeah, he has like a stomach disease. It's like an autoimmune thing. I think it's unrelated to his experiments on himself. It's just some people have autoimmune stuff. Yeah, this area still has something, and it also has another door. There's the door. Oh my god, it's going to a place. Does this place have doors? It's got holes. Oh, it does have a door. God. I got it. Trade injecting each other's blood into ourselves. Replace all our blood with each other's or something. I think this is like the core component to the Anne Rice novels. This is a big part of the Anne Rice books, Vampire Chronicles. Gotta reread some of those at some point. There's some of them I definitely don't need to reread. No. Bye. Bye. Much faster. I see what's going on. That was my bad. I guess it's all my bad. I'm playing. Alright, we did it. We can leave this one place now. Can't let Robert become immortal. I feel like Robert's exactly the sort of person who would become immortal. Robert wouldn't like it. No one else would like it. It would happen. People thousands of years from now just going to consult Robert about something because he has this prestige about him because of the immortality. It's just doesn't want to have to deal with it. Doesn't want anything to do with anyone. People keep dragging him down. Clay world. back forever. Yeah, he starts making Clay World again, like, but in 2200s. There it is. There's that ding-dong door. That ding-dang door. Fine. Yeah. Shoot me in the air. Nope. Yeah, I got it this time. Thank you. Years old, still living in a one-bedroom apartment because I still don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. I think for a lot of people, a one-bedroom apartment is ideal. Depends on how much like space you really want to manage. One-bedroom apartment's nice. I feel like if I had a social life, if I was going out and stuff, one-bedroom apartment, that's perfect. I don't think I want to go in there. Go to Saffron. That's all I'm hoping for. Yeah, rented stuff is so expensive now. it's so expensive. having a place all of your own. That's a Pretty big accomplishment in 2026. Especially in LA. There's definitely some cities that are way more expensive. But it's gotten expensive everywhere. Like... When me and Scuffy moved, my mom had an abusive husband, and we went to Tennessee and helped her move, and moved her to Titusville, Florida, for a year while she recovered. And the place that she was renting there was like, even at the time, and this was like in 2016, 2017, I think, one of those. The place we moved her into was, even then, like, on the upper end of affordability. My grandmother, her mother, helped with the rent. Now, like, I looked up that place because I was like, you know what, that was it was nice because it was like right near the Titusville's, like, on the coast. It's the Space Coast, so you can see the water and stuff from there. And I was just looking it up again, and like the rent has like more than doubled just since then. This is like Titusville. This is Titusville, Florida. This is Titusville, Florida. For anyone who's not familiar with Titusville, it's not a particularly sought after place. But yeah, Los Angeles, LA, New York, any of those big cities. Wild land. San Francisco is basically unaffordable if you're not a billionaire now. You don't need to be a billionaire. You do need to be a millionaire, though. you do actually need to be a billionaire to even, like, rent. Most of the people who work in San Francisco now are, like, driving in from outside San Francisco. Los Angeles, at least, is huge enough that there are still areas of LA where it's possible to live if you don't have $10 million. It's... Yeah, just for anyone who's not not familiar with the San Francisco situation right now. Like, I looked up an area that's like on the cheaper side of San Francisco. And this little house. It's just a little house. just a little house you can buy. 1,500 square feet. Little house, got a little one-car garage down there. This is going for $1.3 million. $1 million. This is going for more than a billion. Just all these properties, 3 million, 4 million. Yeah. Just looking around, yeah. Like, that's 100%, like that's a house that, like, going back just a couple decades, like, the people living in that house would be, like, lower middle class. be like a school teacher house or something. Someone who works, I don't know, maybe someone works at a little paper factory or something. There's still some secret here. It's hard to tell in this game, like, what areas are currently unsolvable with your current knowledge versus you just haven't solved them yet. Okay. I'm gonna let down here. Thoroughly discouraged for the day. There's still plenty of places where it's possible to live. It's just, you know, cities have gotten way, way more expensive. I like cities. I think the cities are great places. There's a lot to a city. And it sucks that so many cities are turning into, like, just places where it's not really it's not really possible for people below a certain income level to even exist there, which is making cities worse. Considerably worse. Yeah, I might have to just give this up for now. There's like, I know you know this and are referring to it specifically, so I'm not explaining this to you. But for anyone who's not familiar with this, there are like houses that are essentially, they're bought or rented by people who do either Twitch or Instagram or something like that, where like everyone in the house does that. The main reason for like this like cohabitation is both easy to collaborate with each other, but also, you know, you're living with people who understand why you're yelling at 2 in the morning. Who are okay with you filming all the time. And oh my god, okay, this is definitely the secret right here. I remember this bird, I remember these owls, but I don't remember what I'm supposed to do about it. It's okay, we'll just leave. The thing about these particular houses is, like, this concept is pretty old. Artists have, like, shared spaces together for as long as there's been artists. This iteration is just a little more annoying. It's like, I feel like this is probably like entirely like just me being judgmental, but I've seen video and stuff of the people who are in these houses, and it just seems really annoying to me. Like, they just seem like exhausting people. That is entirely a judgment that I'm making. Depends on the streamer. There's a thing that's happened, like, not recently. It's happened like over the last, in the internet age. where corporations have quite successfully, I think, turned just random people into corporate marketing executives. In many big ways and small ways. I'll give you an example. So, like, it used to be, a joke when you would, reference, like, a studio hiring, like, a focus group to focus test stuff. So, like, they would have a movie in development, and they would focus test the ending and see how the audience reacted. Or they would have their marketing material, and they would focus test it. And this makes sense from an executive standpoint, because you're like, oh, well, we'll get better results if we see what people think beforehand. And of course, you know, in the real world, there's like, you know, people are not going to react exactly as they do in a focus test. And also, people's initial reaction is not always going to be like the long-term reaction, the overall reaction. Culture will react and then re-react and then re-react. So many great movies ruined by test audiences. Yeah, not ruined by the test audience, ruined by audience testing. By the process of subjecting these movies to those tests. And so this used to be a thing that artists would bring up as a critique of the way that studios were trying to ruin art. Anyway, when you upload to YouTube now, you can upload multiple thumbnails and multiple titles, and YouTube will focus test the thumbnail and the titles for you. They'll show it to people and then see how many people are clicking on what thumbnail and what title. And so many YouTubers do this now, where like they will upload a video and it'll have many possible titles, many possible thumbnails that are tested by YouTube's system to see which one gets the most clicks. And a lot of people don't even really think twice about this. Is that why thumbnails and titles keep changing? That is, because sometimes you'll get served multiple like versions of it to see if you click on one of them. And this is the thing that just everyone's gotten used to doing. But it's like, this is... this is turning everyone into marketing executives. It's turning everyone into their own little studio system. I feel personally that if you're putting something out into the world, if you're putting a video out into the world, like the title's a part of it. That is part of it. I can't imagine like releasing one of my videos and being like, well, I know what I want to title it. I want to title it Carrot and Pea, but I'll put a couple of different possible titles because one of them might get more clicks. So I'll let the algorithm end up deciding Which is the stronger title? Didn't know about this. Yeah. Like, I understand it. I understand doing this if you're specifically making stuff like to try to chase algorithmic trends, where like this is your whole thing to begin with. But I really genuinely don't like understand anyone who does artistic work on YouTube using this. And this includes like video essayists. And a lot of them use it. A lot of them use this system. And I understand why. Because people have gotten very trained to you have to do your own marketing, you have to do your own everything. I just I don't know. This is one of those, like, frog in a pot sort of things. It's a small thing, but have a little guy. I show my thumbnails too, and he chooses for me. Let's have a little guy. I think on my own videos, the common wisdom about thumbnail design is like entirely wrong. The videos of mine that tend to do the best are the ones where it's just clear that it's a cartoon. Nothing else about it matters. As long as it's obvious, hey, this is one of my cartoons, more people will click on it. The only thing I really care about with my own thumbnails, from an artistic standpoint, because I don't actually like, I'm not super into thumbnails. Titles, I find very important. The thumbnails, not as much. What I do care about is I really just don't want to use a thumbnail that's gonna give away some gag or ruin some plot element. Like I will not use thumbnails of like the most visually striking moment of the video, which is definitely something that would get me more views, but I don't want to give it away. I want people to have that moment. This isn't hit it with a car. Hit it with a car. People are so angry about hit it with a car. No, no. Code dying in the thumbnail, yeah. That would definitely get more people clicking on it. Maybe I should do like fake thumbnails. I guess I kind of already did that with like Potato Batman. The thumbnail is absolutely not indicative of the video whatsoever. Intentionally. Put my stupid face in the thumbnail. It's a screenshot from the actual video, but not really edited. Yeah. I kind of feel like the general rules for YouTube that people make is probably true if you're primarily trying to get your video seen by people who are not already familiar with you. People who are not already subscribed to your channel, who don't know who you are. I think if someone's familiar with like my stuff, then what matters to them is this the sort of thing Jason makes that I actually want to watch? Because I'm 100% sure there are people who like see one of my videos come up and it's like an hour-long audio play about a table. They're like, no, I can skip this. I can skip this one. But they see a cartoon character, they're like, yeah, here we go. Although I do appreciate that lately, people don't really know when they click on a video if it's gonna be funny or not. I've enjoyed doing that. There was a long period of time in which I was really like desperately worried about putting something up that wasn't funny. But now I'm like, I think what happened was I put up I put up like one thing that wasn't funny. Like intentionally not funny. It was just not that kind of video. And I did get complaints about it, and that immediately, that sort of complaint immediately like solidifies my action. Like, I gotta do more of this. I want to anger this person further. Is that where the warp thing's gonna bring me? Let's see what we should. Yes, okay. Another small room. Oh, There's the door right there. Message here. There's another door. True rage bait artist. I don't think I'm a rage bait artist. I definitely have like a I know as part of my personality, and this has both like positive and the negative aspects. But like, when someone tries to tell me to do something, my immediate reaction is always to resist that with all of my body and soul. with 100% of my core. If someone's trying to get me to do something, doesn't matter what it is. Like, no. And sometimes that reaction is the wrong one to have. And I gotta calm that aspect of myself and be like, alright, this is a reasonable request. This is something I should do. But sometimes that's a good good instinct to have. Oh no, I don't have any more keys. Dang it. Son of a gun. Alright, well there's at least one room I can still get to. Unless that one also requires a key. Not really good with that kind of stuff. Yeah, and you know, that kind of stubbornness can create its own problems. But it does mean you don't necessarily get talked into stuff all that easily. See a lot of people get really bad deals, get ripped off. They just want to be agreeable. Oh no, oh no. I just gotta wait for that thing to come back, I guess. I had an interesting YouTube comment the other day. Sometimes YouTube has this, like, filter system, and it's very complicated, because like, if you leave a comment on my YouTube channel, there are some comments that YouTube will just vanish without anyone ever seeing them, including me. You'll leave a comment, the comment will just disappear into the ether. And then there's a second layer of less severe vanishing, where it sends it to a moderation queue. It just hides it from me until I specifically go and check the hidden queue. It's weird that they have this two-tier system. I'm sure there's a reason for it. but there are comments that they will simply remove and not give me the chance to restore. And there's comments that just end up in my queue. I imagine the comments that got completely disappeared are ones where YouTube thinks it's like violating the site's policies or whatever. So, you know, they don't want that stuff on the site regardless. But that's how it works. And occasionally I go and I check the queue, because stuff will get added there that shouldn't be there. There's completely fine comments that they just get eaten up for whatever reason. And I went and I checked the spam queue. And there was what I can only describe as like a manifesto. Someone wrote this manifesto. They were so angry. It was... I started reading it. I didn't finish reading it, because at some point I was like, oh my god. But this particular person was upset because they believe that I've essentially been making the same video over and over again for decades now. They think the stuff that I've been doing is like, it's the same thing over and over and over again. It's driving them bananas. And he wrote like 11 paragraphs about this. And my first thought was, this is a refreshing comment, because I feel like most of the angry comments I've gotten recently have been people upset that I'm not doing the same thing anymore. They're like, oh, I wanted the wacky cartoon, but I got a sad carrot. And the video that this was left on was the Lost video I put out 2 months ago, I think. Yeah, something like that. And I don't actually know if this is the case, but I think the funniest possible explanation is that this person was so angry by the twist. They were so upset by the twist. Like, maybe they just really did not ever want to see that series again, and they got tricked into watching it. But, it was angry enough. I just, like, alright, I'll just leave this in the queue. I'll just let this sit here. Should have framed that comment essay. I don't really, there's a handful of, like, critique I've gotten over the years that I thought was funny to keep around, but for the most part, I find it better for my own mental health to just not focus on that stuff. A really old example of one that I did keep around, and I still have it saved somewhere, is there was this guy who was convinced that Charlie the Unicorn, Charlie the Unicorn was secretly about, what was it? It was a combination of things. It was about the Democratic Party and the Iraq War. I think that was it. And, like, you know, I've done stuff that was about the Iraq War, and I've plenty of criticism for the Democratic Party. But that wasn't really my, it wasn't really going through my head with Charlie the Unicorn 1. And the thing that I found very funny was, I found this essay. It was actually an essay. It was on this guy's, like, blog. This guy had a blog, and this was back in, like, 2007, I think. 2007, 2008. And I ended up leaving a comment to it, basically thanking him for writing so much of his theories or whatever, but that was not what the cartoon was about. And he wrote a 4,000-word essay about how he was secretly right, that I just didn't understand my own motivations for making that cartoon. And that was a very fun essay. I do have that saved somewhere. Alright. Actually, no. Where to go now? I don't think I could ever, like, actually hate, like, an analysis someone did of a work of mine. Like, somebody leaves a hate comment. It's not something I have much interest in. It's not much there for me. But if someone does an analysis of something I've done, I love reading it. Even if it's wrong. Door somewhere here. I've watched a number of, like, YouTube videos people have done about my own stuff. 100%, like, I just love to hear what people have to say about things that I've done. This is maybe a character flaw, but it is true. And someone did an analysis of Llamas with Hats, specifically about the character Carl. Here's the owl. I don't know that I can do anything with this owl yet. And I kid you not, the analysis of the character of Carl from Llamas with Hats. Are you ready? Secretly, Carl does what he does to get a reaction from Paul. I loved watching this video, just when I realized that that's what it was about, that was like the analysis. I was like, oh, you got it. Congratulations. You solved the mystery. Yeah, I don't think there's anything I can do here at the moment. Alright, well, that'll be it for tonight. We'll return to this next week. My Steam Deck is working. I don't know what the problem's been. Is the Steam Deck still working next week? Continue this. Special thanks to the FilmCow Patreon supporters. Greatly appreciates the support. Inform us of what changes you made to the new edit and why. Of what? What are you referring to? Talking about the the Heart of America? Be back tomorrow. Not sure what I'm playing. I feel like there's only one comment each of my videos. The person put in a lot of real thought. That's one of the reasons I like analysis stuff so much. I don't mind, like, I know that there's some people who are bothered by, like, the sorts of comments that videos always get, just either quoting it or making some obvious joke or something, but I like that stuff. It's nice to have, you know, people wanting to interact with the video in that way. it's like it's a good thing to have people who care enough to leave any kind of comment. But I very much like it when someone's like, it's very flattering when someone's into something enough that they actually really think about it and write out their thoughts. Like, I absolutely live for that kind of stuff. It's nice to work really hard on something and then have someone else see that hard work and think about it a lot. Yeah. I didn't see a confirmation about what Billy Clay was talking about. If you're still here, Billy, were you referring to the Heart of America thing? Video essay about Heart of America win. I feel like it's probably been too long. I guess not. People write video essays about all sorts of stuff. I get a essay put together about the table. Yeah, well, I guess that's it. I finished the script for the next Perfect Husbands today. I had the basic, like the first draft for it done a while ago, but I think I've finished it up. That'll either be the next video or the month after. It made sense to have a gap between the previous Perfect Husbands and this one. But I'm gonna have the next one out as soon as possible. It's secretly about husbands. That's a spoiler. Don't spoil it. Well, the last episode left me feeling multiple different things. Yeah. I wish I had been able to get that episode out earlier. I planned on putting it out like late last year. Alas. It's out now. But yeah, I've got another episode in the works. I'm also hoping to have more episodes of both Carla Copface, Spatula Madness, and Shadows Don't Park. I've got too many ongoing series right now. I've got too many ongoing series and too many larger projects that I'm putting together. I'd started up all these ongoing series because I was like, well, it'll be nice to switch back and forth between them. But then I ended up having all of these one-off things I wanted to do as well. And so it's just been like 1 or 2 episodes a year for these things. And that was not what I intended. That's alright. Return of the snail. You gotta bring the snail back. Yeah, when Robert wanted to do a voice in Shadowstone Bark, and I asked him what kind of animal he wanted to be, and it was his idea to have it be a depressed snail. that was all Robert. Like, all right, yeah, sure, we'll make it happen. of the spatulas. Yeah, the spatula series is one of my personal favorites. I think artistically it represents a lot of things I'm particularly strong at, such as characters who move very stiffly. The spatula is perfect for me because that just it's natural for it to just kind of wave around. There was a comment someone left on the latest Perfect Husbands. By Demented Duskull. And I love this comment. One of my favorite comments I've gotten recently. Demented Duskull says, I like how Jason has been so dedicated to not animating walk cycles that the characters always just stand around or move only when their feet aren't visible. This is true. I hate animating walk cycles. I've done it before. There's been some walk cycles I've animated. I have done it. But I do like the sort of paper cutout bouncing around sort of animation. Charlie's was so great. Yeah, there's only been a couple of characters who've had walk cycles. It's a weird list though. It's like Charlie the Unicorn, George Zimmerman, the Marshmallows. That's mostly it. Mountain of Faces. Mountain of Faces. Yeah, I guess Carl walks in some of them. Ulo telling Elsa she can sit down if she wants. It's an incredible and subtle bit. Thank you. Yeah, at some point you just decide, something's part of your style. Guy who shoots the elephant. Yeah, that's George Zimmerman. He's a real life murderer. It's a real guy. It's funny. Every time I get a comment from someone who's like upset that I've put politics into my videos, I'm like, I've been making people angry about this for years now. Sorry. Sorry, it's gonna continue, but no, it's been going on for a while. I think that might be the one that got people the angriest, the George Zimmerman one. There was a lot of people who like really, really were into defending George Zimmerman. This happened like this was a Florida thing. This was like something that happened in a neighborhood not very far away. Felt personally connected to this one. It was just some guy. No, there was so yeah, George Zimmerman. He shot and killed a 17-year-old black kid who was walking home from the store in a Florida neighborhood. He made the argument that this 17-year-old kid who was coming back with like, what was it, like Skittles and a Gatorade or something, it was like a threat to him, and had attacked him and stuff. Zimmerman was much older than the kid, was armed, and shot him to death. Yeah, it happened not too far around here. But yeah, it went to trial and he was found not guilty. found not guilty. I mean, he did definitely kill the kid. But it was considered not a crime. What's the kid's name? Trayvon Martin. He had a menacing hoodie. It was something like that. It's weird. I know Martin's name, but not his killer's. I mean, that's probably for the best. But yeah, Zimmerman, not a cool guy. You have any particular inspiration for Shadowstone Park? I've mentioned this before, but I think if I dig deep enough, like the primary source, the wellspring of inspiration for Shadowstone Park, and for a lot of things that I've done, is specifically the adventure game Inherit the Earth: Quest for the Orb. I played that on stream a while back, and that's probably the thing that first got me into A, talking animals, B, post-apocalyptic settings, and C, orbs. Can I ask about the latest Perfect Husbands? Yeah, sure. Yeah, if anyone hasn't seen it and doesn't want to be spoiled. There's some stuff that's like going to be directly talked about in episode 7. So, if there's something that's like a part of that episode, then I'll pass on answering it. The coat really die? Yeah, it was, the orb was revealing memories that had been, you know, held from them in this kind of resting area. Like that's the stuff that happened directly before Perfect Husbands episode 1. Yeah, when I worked on the Charlie the Unicorn finale, as soon as I came up with a coat character and wrote that song, from that moment on, like, I fell more and more in love with those two characters, Norwell and the coat. It became some of my favorites to think about. And I really liked them. And I was like, oh god. Well, Norwell's already been murdered by this terrible thing. And, you know, canonically, the Chaos Spirit is going to be killing basically nearly everyone. It's like this is a very dangerous world, and like the spirit is so like cruel that there's no way that like Norwell falling in love with this coat is gonna like these chaos spirits have no ability to hurt ghosts, but they could definitely you know, hurt someone that the ghost cares about. And so that's when it did. Like, I knew that there was just no way that that wouldn't be the way that Coat died. I said in a Reddit AMA like years ago when someone asked about Norwell and the Coat, someone had asked like what would be the fate of these two, and I said, you know, eventually the Coat's gonna die, and I just imagined that the two of them would continue on together as ghosts and then cross over at some point. But there was no way that things were going to turn out differently. So I wanted to have specifically like a, I don't know, a best case scenario. I wanted to have a space where they could deal with this terrible thing that happened after it happened, where they could deal with that trauma. How does the Coat have a father? This is also from the Reddit AMA, and this is something that's going to come up in the next episode, but it's not really important for you to know. It's just the canonical backstory is Coat's father is this guy, this rat person, who inadvertently really angered a witch who set this particularly weird and aggressive like spell on the rat, which ensouled all of his clothing, and all of his clothing immediately just became alive. And these were all like newly brought into existence beings who were essentially children, and the rat ended up taking all of them home and raising them as his own children. and so this rat raised specifically 9. There's 9 children, one of which is the coat. And so the coat considers, you know, it's his dad. Did not get it was a memory. Yeah, I know that that's like not completely clear what was happening. The reason why I want to get the next episode out is because like this episode 6 is intentionally like a little disorientating. Like, it opens differently, it ends very quickly without explanation on a gag. The next episode is a little bit more clear on details. The rat didn't give them names. So I believe that most of the garments actively rejected the names that they were given. I don't think all of them. I think that there's like one sibling out there that's like Trousers, and then there's another sibling out there that's like Jennabelle or something. I think there's a combination, but I think most of them rejected their names. Is the coat the eldest child? No, they're all exactly the same age. But yeah, if you rewatch Perfect Husbands, like, first of all, the first episode, Coat describes what he saw when he briefly touched the orb. Coat pulled away before finishing the memory, but Coat clearly saw like the exact same thing Norwell did. So, like, that's the indicator I had, like, from the beginning, that this was like a memory and not just like, oh, it's showing you your greatest fear. But something I put in from the beginning was, you know, Norwell's already dead when he meets Coat, and yet in Perfect Husbands episode 1, Norwell and the Coat are visually the same. So clearly something has happened that has put them on equal footing in some way.
Seeks orb. Have you tried touching it?
Yes.
What happened?
I saw my father, sallow and soiled, wandering alone in a thick fog as he silently screamed into his withered hands.
I'm gonna get some fresh air.
Do you want to touch the orb?
Thought that was just part of his fear of finding himself a ghost again. No, they're both like the way that I think about it is a ghost in like the physical world is going to have some sort of ghostly effect to it, whereas a ghost in the non-physical world is not going to have that effect. so it's like a spirit in the physical world is, you know, it looks all spooky and ghost-like, but they're not going to look like that if they're in a place that's not the physical world. The mayor also become a ghost. Could Nick show up in this world? The mayor did not become a ghost. I go by classic ghost logic of like you have to have unfinished business or something holding you to this world to show back up. And Nick's could not show up in the Perfect Husband's house. No, it's not what I meant. Oh, sorry. Sorry for misunderstanding you. Norwell puke green because he's made of ectoplasm. I think he puked yellow. Like I tried to make a particular shade of yellow. I guess it could show up a different color on different screens, but I think it's yellow. I thought it was brown. I mean, yellow is a brown. I think the mayor's unfinished business would be business. He wanted to make more money. Maybe. I guess there could be an argument for that. I just don't think that was I don't think Slove was quite as strong into that business than, like, you know, CEO Charlie. What was Norwell eating? That's a good question. I'm sure there's all sorts of stuff in the house. I mean, it's all spirit magic stuff. None of it's physical to begin with. Is Norwell's barf color lore relevant? It is not, no. I assume Coat does not eat. That actually came up in a previous episode where Coat talks about, like, seeing people eat meat and then wondering if he should eat clothes and then trying to eat clothes. But then not really liking that either. So no, Coat does not eat. Give us a hint as to the meaning of the cones. That's actually one thing that's specifically not going to be explained. There's a handful of things that I have abstract meanings for. Like I've thought out a meaning, but I don't want to just give explanations for everything. I feel like something that happens when you explain everything, it makes the whole thing less interesting. Like, there's definitely stuff that I want people to have clear about the story, but there is some of it that is intended to just be mysterious. And I think it's interesting to, like, have ideas for stuff, like have reasons why you're putting things in the story, even if you never explain it. So yeah, the next Perfect Husbands episode is mostly settling things up, and there will be more of these characters, but the next Perfect Husbands will be the last Perfect Husbands. There is one last twist in the, the next episode. Which is not a it's a twist that I find very funny. There's a twist coming. It's a very silly twist. The last? No. It won't be the last with these characters. It'll just be the last of the specific arc with them called Perfect Husbands. I like Norwell and Bacote too much to not continue following them around. But yeah, Perfect Husbands is this specific story. It's the, it's this thing that has happened to them. Someone had made a comment. Which was, I thought for a second Jason was doing the bury your gaze trope. And, I don't particularly like the obsession that people have with tropes in storytelling and stuff. I don't think it's a particularly interesting way to think about media. But I did structure a lot of this around a sort of like resurrect your gaze idea. It's like, what is the... What would the opposite of this trope be? Bring them back. keep them going. Not familiar with the trope. It's not. This used to be like a pretty common thing when queer characters would show up in media. It's like they would get murdered or they die in some tragic way. It would just a common thing that would happen. It's much less frequent these days. It's not something that happens quite as often. Even Gail Simone kind of tried to distance herself from the phrase "women are refrigerators." Said she doesn't like analyzing media purely to find tropes like the internet does. Yeah, like these sort of tropes and bringing them up and stuff is useful in analyzing like media trends, like analyzing, okay, this happens all the time. Why is it happening all the time? Should this be happening all the time? But a lot of the ways that these tropes are used in very shallow media analysis is like, if media does this, it's bad. If media doesn't do this, it's good. And that's not a particularly good way of looking at this stuff. Malphazai, thank you for the $2. Went to my first Pride Parade today. Congratulations! How was it? Hope you had a good Pride Parade. In college, my friend Trey used to say that nothing was original, everything was somehow related to past creations. Yeah, it's all like all art's part of a ongoing tradition and an ongoing call and response with past work. It was fantastic, got sunburnt. Glad you had a good time. Dang it, son. Nothing new under the sun's a common refrain. Yeah. It is very funny, though, when someone uses that specifically to get out of accusations of plagiarism. Barrier gaze trope spoke mostly the 90s trend of not wanting to feature LGBTQ series regulars, so finding a way to cut the characters out of the story and using death as a plot device. Yeah, it was a combination of that, like that very real thing, and also just most stories about queer characters that would get greenlit were ones in which it's like oh, this character is dying of AIDS, or oh, this character gets horrifically murdered. It's like these are the stories that are allowed to be told. But yeah, the 90s TV stuff with queer characters is also a big part of it. Problem with the fridging women trope is that isn't that it's overused and unoriginal, it's that it's often misogynist. Yeah, like there's plenty of tropes that are very frequent, and also it's not a problem that they're very frequent. It's like a happy ending or a sad ending is also a trope, and that's most movies are going to have a happy or a sad ending. That's not having something be a trope is not inherently a criticism. Yep. Oh, I should probably head out. I should probably head out. I had a long day. Got up early today. Not that early. It honestly wasn't very early. I got up slightly early today. Got up a little bit early. Gotta go write some letters or something. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a great night, everyone. Great morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. Have a good one. Farewell, everyone. I love you all.